Hello everyone, my name is Brent Kilgore. Over the past 20 years, I've learned many lessons in the fields of engineering and facilities management. And today, let's have a chat. We're going to talk about one of the most important things that you experience and one of the most important things that you do in the course of your day, career, lifetime. That's talking about teamwork. Now, between collaboration, shared ownership, common good, that's really important there. Communication, inclusivity, and compromise. We define the roles and the key things that we're supposed to do as part of a team. But everyone has their own responsibilities as a team as well. Now I want you just to take a step back and think about one thing. When people are part of a team, they're in general, happier. And when people are happier, they collaborate and they communicate better. But more importantly, when people are happier and they communicate better, they make better, well-informed decisions as well. And you got to think about that just for a minute. If someone's happier and they're making better decisions, wasn't that better for everyone? In big projects, details matter, whether it's a big project or just a big job. With a team, you can break it down into small pieces and you can focus on those small details, and that matters. Now, that's typically called traditionally task decomposition, where you can break it down, you can focus on the small details, and then you can execute. Because at the end of a project, at the end of a job, the details are what makes and breaks a job. And you know that if you've managed a job, and that's why a team matters when you need it the most. So why is this all important? Happiness? Yeah. Productivity? Sure. Achieving your goals? Absolutely. It's all important, and these key concepts need to be communicated clearly. But how do you do that? It's hard to communicate over a Teams call and really show your passion and show your support for your team and what you're trying to do. So I think it's really important to do this in person, whether that's a kickoff meeting and then you have some virtual meetings to follow that up. You're going to build culture, and you need to build the culture. You're going to need to get in there to communicate and set the expectations correctly with all of your teammates. And setting expectations isn't necessarily negative. It's actually positive. It's always a positive thing because people need to know what they're shooting for. And that's a key point. Doing this in person, at least a kickoff meeting to support the team, because in a team, you need to build that culture. Okay, let's change the tone just a little bit and let's pivot. If you're a leader, there's a couple things that you need to do for your team to create that holistic approach where you're going to build that culture. You need to set priorities. You need to do all the goals. But here's the biggest thing. I understand that's important. People need to know what they're shooting for, but you have to be their biggest cheerleader. Now think about this. You need to support them. You need to be their cheerleader, be their biggest fan. Now, typically, you don't see that a lot, but it's becoming more prevalent. People are doing it more and more and more. And I'm going to tell you why. Is because becoming a servant leader is probably the most important thing that you can do. Because becoming a servant leader, you're empowering. You want to see people succeed. You want to stand, and you want them to stand on the shoulders of giants, and you want them to be seen, because that is what building a culture, building a team is all about. Everyone has their roles, but everyone needs to be seen for what they're doing and appreciated. So as a leader, this is what you have to do. But here's the hard thing. We're dealing with reality. Reality is KPIs and SLAs, and we have to perform for a company. And at the end of the day, a company has to be profitable. And for what we are doing, that is so important for us to understand that when you hit your goals, those goals have to be in line with the company's goals. And sometimes things happen. But with that, when things happen, you really show your true character of how you react to something when it's not positive. And a true leader, a servant, true, good leader, you're going to be able to take that and build upon it. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a good thing. Because, as the old team saying goes, teamwork makes the dream work. It's funny because it's actually true. My name is Brent Kilgore, and these are a few things that I've learned over the past 20 years being in engineering and facilities leadership. If you all enjoyed this, please let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. What are some of the things that you've seen out there? What are some of the experiences that you would like to share with people? Because I would like to learn too. We're all on a journey together. We're learning. And remember, happiness is infectious. So be infectious with happiness. Something other than a pandemic, because we are building tomorrow coming out of yesterday. Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening.